It is 9 minutes past 8, and it is that hour. It is that hour in studio. We have a guest. He's known to a lot of us. You've seen him on your screens. None other than Ali Manzu. Ali Manzu, good morning.
Morning, Angie. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Uh-huh.
Happy New Year.
It's already... Okay, I usually tell people tayari mwaka usharuka, so there's no need of Happy New Year.
Ebu tell Gona. Gona wants to tell everybody Happy New Year.
you know, Salem amekuwa akituambia mpaka March huko 31st ndio tuachane na hiyo.
I think after the first week, that's it. Mwaka ushakata, Salim.
Wasema umechapa.
That's it. For me, what I say is, if I haven't seen you at the beginning of, like if I haven't seen you, when I meet you, I'll say Happy New Year.
Hata ukimpata August.
Sijamwona.
August hiyo tutakosana.
But inaeleweka, kuna wengine uchukua like the first quarter of the year.
Yeah.
In fact, the first month with a lot of Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. But after that now, mwaka umeisha, sasa pambaneni.
Sasa hii ni kuchapa.
Exactly. Kuchapa kazi na kusonga mbele.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Ali Manzu is the Deputy News Editor, KTN. And Manzu is a practicing journalist in Kenya. And of course, he does human interest stories, current affairs, and sexual reproductive health, environmental and wildlife conservation stories. And he has been working with Standard Media Group since 2007. Yes. Manzu is a graduate of communication and PR from Moi University, and he majors in broadcast journalism, and there's a lot. So pretty much today we want to get to know Ali Manzu.
Yeah.
Ni nani? And how did he, because since 2007 all the way right now 2024.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, it's going to 17 years now.
Yeah.
17 years.
At the Standard Group KTN, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, thank God.
Yeah. Now that you're thinking about it, 17 years is a lot.
Yeah, and it's been a journey.
Yeah.
That I had to take it up. A lot of challenges. A lot of, hurdles. But here I am.
Let's start with why journalism?
Why journalism?
Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, I didn't study journalism in the beginning of my journey. I did architectural draftsmanship at the Mombasa Polytechnic. Now it's TUM. Yeah. I did mambo tu za construction, engineering, na nini kiasi. Then, after that, those were the days when you used to have the municipality of Mombasa. The only place you could get an internship was at the council. I did well, but unfortunately I didn't get that opportunity. So it took me I think 9 months before I decided to change my mind. It was challenging to my parents because they're like, here you are, our firstborn, and career change. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you in this journey? I had to convince my mom and dad that no, just hear me out. And they're like, we have 5 siblings just behind you.
Yeah.
And everyone wants that opportunity to at least get into class and do something. So I had to convince them for it was around 6 months before the next intake was coming up in Nairobi. And I had to take on communication studies. Yes, that's mass communication. I started with a diploma, came back to Mombasa after I think 1 year and 6 months. But I got an internship at an advertising agency in Nairobi because I really, really specialized on advertising, commercials and stuff. That's where my interest was.
Yeah.
Apart from PR, I decided to take on also advertising. Stories, stuff to do with copywriting and such, but in Swahili. Then I did 3 months there, then it was off. I came back to Mombasa. Those were the days when the FM stations were coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to KBC Sauti House here. I did my internship for 6 months. Then the then controller of programs at KBC Sauti House, Mzee Mambo Hazari, is one of the best producers we used to have those days.
Yeah.
He kept on asking me, kindly just don't go. I will extend your internship just to learn. But those were the days when I was also involved in production. So I used to do a lot of Penzi Hatari shows in Mombasa, the Ukumbi wa Kiislamu, which was shot here in Mombasa, then taken to Nairobi after editing. So that's when I got to learn more and more and more about the media, production. Then my stint at Pwani, that's KBC, came to an end when I was also given an opportunity to start the first ever Islamic radio station in Mombasa, and then at the coast. That is when we started Radio Rahma, and under the management of the governor, His Excellency Abdul Samad Nasir. Then I had to switch now from production, video production and stuff, to radio. So it was a very good experience also, I must say, because that's where I got to learn a lot of stuff to do with radio production and such, presenting. I was an all-rounder. Those were the days then we were looking for opportunities. So I would wake up very early in the morning, pass by Kongoya Market, pick prices of commodities of the day, nije job, nianze kujipanga. I was in charge of the business department. Yani nilikuwa tu mtu anakurusha tu kwa deep end.
Yeah. You're doing everything.
Yes.
And
mind you, by then, before I go home during the night, after the 8 o'clock bulletin, we record the 9 o'clock bulletin. Then I record the morning bulletin, 6, 7 bulletin.
Yes.
So that I get time, at least when I wake up, immediately after Kongwea, used to walk. It's not that far. So by 8 niko job. Now I start preparing 9 o'clock bulletin, at the same time producing business bulletin for 10, I think it was 10 or 11.
So right at that moment you're at Radio Rahma.
That was Radio Rahma, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then I did work for Radio Rahma for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we were in charge of the editorial team. We were in charge of production. One was a commercial. You are a team, a very strong team, very lean team, but effective and productive.
I'm listening, and it's like the skills. You started developing your skills at very, very early in your career.
Yeah.
And I know you already running something else in production. We'll get to that.
Yeah. So
being in radio for 6 years, and you find that you're a jack of all trade. That sort of helped me. I'm trying to connect the dots, because when I started as well, I was a jack of all trades.
Yes.
Like found myself doing everything.
Yeah.
In the media space, and because there's something a former boss told me, that find a way to learn everything. In the media space, how effective is it for somebody to learn all these bits and pieces?
It's very effective because you get to learn a lot. At a time when you see the media space keeps on shrinking each and every day, when you are doing like 3-4 things at a go, it's an advantage to the media house. Days are gone when you just an anchor. You get to studios at around, let's say right now, we get to studios at around 6 in the evening. You're on TV 7 to 7:30. That's less than 30 minutes. Because usually editorial content, it's around 20-25 minutes. Those days are gone. You need to make yourself productive. How? You pick 3-4 things at a go. Where I work right now, trust me, I'm doing like 5 things at a go right now.
Yes.
As an editor, I'm an editor. I do report.
Yes.
I manage a team, and at the end of the day, I produce the bulletin. I go and anchor. If there's an event, let's say an emergency, you'll find me there holding the mic live. So doing 1, 2, 3 things at a time, maze, it's high time because that space ni ndogo and everyone wants to be someone.
After Radio Rahma, where did you go next?
After Radio Rahma, I was poached at, okay, I usually tell people, I don't know why, but I have this opportunity of coming up with new radio station from the, initial stages coming up.
Yes.
We started Radio Rahma. Before that, I was at Pwan FM. I was watching everything that was coming up those days. Pwan FM ikianza. Came to Radio Rahma, tukaanzisha tena from the beginning, kuanzia mwanzo kuja juu, set up, nini. Now, Radio Salam was one of the best, I must say, because of the kind of experience and even training.
Yes.
The new way of doing radio. We were trained by a guy who came up with the Capital FM, this white guy. Right now he's in Dubai.
Yeah.
He's also running a radio station there. We were trained by some South Africans on how to manage radio.
Yeah.
The radio control system was the system that we were using those days, connected with editorial. And the system you used to do your stuff here as a presenter,
Yes.
but it's connected to editorial department whereby you can put your stuff, news, prepare, just come in, fungua, unasoma. So that was one of the best system those days because the likes of Capital FM also, they use them.
Yeah.
So Radio Salam honestly gave me a lot, and unfortunately I didn't have enough time with them. It was less than a year before KTN came.
Okay.
So Radio Salam, Radio Rahma, and KBC, that's where I started here in Mombasa.
Wow. When you got the call to join KTN, how was that? Because I can imagine back then, KTN was one of those
Yes.
stations.
One of the leading stations,
Yes.
I must say.
Yeah.
And I was doing the the evening drive show at Radio Salam. And around 5 before news, it was around 4 something. So Radio Salam those days, it was a news talk station. No music, no nothing. Apart from kaswidas. And those kaswidas had no beats.
Nashid.
Those are nasheeds. I wanted to say nasheed maybe.
Hey.
So there's that kind of music, that Islamic music which has no beats, no instrumentals, just hymns and, someone singing at the end. So nasheeds. During those days, it was boring, but we made it, Maze. Trust me. Mombasa, the coastal people were listening to us. I'm saying this because of the feedback that we used to get.
Yes.
You see. So I was in the middle of an evening show, drive show. I remember I was the one who was leading the show. There was Mohammed Ali, the Nyali MP. We were also doing that show with him. Our producer was Elijah Grimani, one of the best producers here in Mombasa. So someone was calling me a new number. I was like, now who is this? Nikaachana, nikalenga, ikapiga simu tena, nikaachana nayo. Now the third time I was like, okay, this is serious now. That time we were approaching now at the top of the hour. So I decided to play Nasheed and pick the call. Hello. Habari, mzuri. My name is Mr. Nzile. I'm the ME, Standard Media Group, KTN. I told him, kindly, sir, can I call you back after 1 hour? And he was like, an hour? Yes. Why? I'm in the middle of a show and inaisha around 6. So it's approaching 5. So kindly just allow me to work, then I'll call you.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, kindly don't forget to call me. I was like, okay, I will not forget. So after exactly 6 or 5, when I was done with news, ndo nikarudisha simu. The guy was like, you know how to keep a promise. So umekumbuka? Nikamwambia, yeah. Who is this again? Oh, my name is Katwa Nzile. I'm the ME for KTN at the Standard Group. And we need to talk. Nikamwambia tu, okay, kindly call me back. So the guy called back anambia, is this Ali Manzu? Yeah, this is Manzu. Oh yeah, I was given your number by one of your friends here. He's called Wazir Hamsin. Wazir Hamsin nowadays, he's a legend. He works for TR in Turkey. This is the Turkey station. So I was given a number by Wazir Hamsin. Do you know Wazir? Yeah, I know Wazir. Our fathers are friends from, those days. Okay. So who are you? Nikamwambia, I'm Manzu. I've told you, I'm Manzu. Okay, what do you do? Nikamwambia, I'm a journalist, and the time you called, I was on air.
Yeah.
So I'm a radio journalist. Oh, you are a presenter? Oh, yeah, okay. So we are calling. We want to see if we can have a one-on-one. We've done our scouting. We've asked people, and we are looking for the right guy. And one of our colleagues in Mombasa insisted that we call you. And when I gave out the name today in our editorial meeting, one of your friend also, our Wazir, was like, now, this is the right guy. Just call him right away. But we had a lot of meetings today, and I decided to call you back this evening. So how is Mombasa? Mombasa kuko sawa. Joto tu kwa wingi, tunapiga kazi, nini. Aha, so you do Swahili shows? Kambia, yeah. So it started sort of, interrogating job, nini na nini na nini.
Yeah.
We talked for like close to 45 minutes. And then we stopped. I'll call you back tomorrow. I need to talk to some of our directors here.
Yeah.
It was a long process. Trust me, it took me like 2 months before I was told that you're going to get this opportunity.
Wow.
In between, they were training. No, they were like sort of mic test, screen test, send us your voices, how do you report, nini. Then it reached a level whereby you were supposed to be here in Nairobi.
Yes.
At first, I was adamant. I was like, I cannot leave my show. On a weekday, no, I can't.
Yeah.
If you can plan on a weekend, nitachukua bus nikam. No, don't worry. We are going to arrange for you a flight to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So they arranged a flight on, it was like after 45 days now.
Yeah.
That's when I started the screen tests. So they arranged, nilitoka hapa 6. I went to Nairobi. I was picked at the airport.
Wow.
Went straight to studio. And trust me, those were the days when I was just like, no, I don't want anyone to see me.
Why?
I was working in Mombasa.
Oh.
My bosses were in Nairobi.
Hujaga huko.
Bro, hujaaga huku. Ushapiga show plan iko ready by 10 the other night. You are like, unamwambia Elijah, mimi niko sawa, show plan angalia nimekutumia.
Yes.
Iko sawa, hajui kuendelea nini. So I went to Nairobi. By 9 I was at the boardroom. Sasa tukakutanishwa na some few directors of Standard Media Group. Tukaongea just to, who is this guy? Why everyone was like, take this guy?
Yeah.
So they did the assignment, honestly. And they sent one of bureau chief here to listen to me. And they told me they were looking for someone who was all-rounder.
Okay.
Who can be an anchor at the same time reporter. You'll be trained, you'll grow, but discipline ni muhimu. So tukaendelea na, yani it took me 2 months before I was told, by the way, bro, you succeeded, wendo tunakuchukua. I had like 3 other guys ambao tulikuwa tuko pamoja. 2 were from here, me and another guy. His name is Mr. Dalu, if I'm not wrong. He's now a lecturer at TUM.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other 2 more in Nairobi. So tulipelekana ile mbaya maze. Kasa hapo kwa screen test. Mungu akasema chukua hii kijana. Yeah.
We're speaking to Ali Manzu. He is the deputy news editor, KTN. If you have questions, because I know, yes, we do have questions. I still do. 0700917917. What do you want to know? He's here to answer all of it. We'll be right back. Good morning to you. You're here with me, Miriam Angel, Salim Barisa, and Emmanuel Guana. And in studio, we do have Ali Manzu. He is a deputy news editor at KTN. And we're just getting to understand who is Ali Manzu and his career journey. you know. And Manzu, you talked about things that have picked up. One of them being, what I'm picking is how you got to KTN is somebody mentioned you, you know, and then now another person had to second and say, "Oh, kazi yake ni nzuri." And there's one thing in terms of building relationships that I'm noticing actually at kwa environment here too. How important is it to build relationships? But also when you're at that workplace, why should people ensure that their work speaks for itself and they maintain integrity? Tukonongele integrity leo. Yeah.
I think one thing you need to have in that kind of environment, newsroom, I think you understand our newsrooms. There are a lot of politics in our newsroom, but don't lose your focus. You are in a journey, don't lose your focus. You need to have discipline. You're supposed to be in studio, at work at around 8. Wake up 5. Go fight the traffic jams in Nairobi, but ensure that by 7:30 you're at work. That's discipline. That's the only way to prove to your employer that, you know what, this is what I want, or this is what I want to achieve at the end of the day. With the politics inside the newsrooms, inside the workplace, you just have to ignore them. They are there, and there's so much in our newsroom because siwezi ongelea hiyo maneno lakini bro newsroom wacha tu.
Alimanzo, mi naomba nikuregeshe nyuma kidogo.
Yeah.
Mimi wakati nikiwa sekondari ndio sasa nilikuwa naanza kukutizama, na naweza sema kwamba ni watu ambao yani nimekuwa nikitamani tu siku moja niwe kama wewe.
Ndio.
Lakini katika jani yako, sijui wewe kwa sababu ulikuwa umesomea kitu chengine, kipindi ukianza kuconvince wazazi, were you seeing pengine watu fulani useme na feel kama mimi nataka kufika hapa?
Yes,
ama
of
ilikuja
course.
tu?
No, haikuja. First and foremost, mimi niliangalia kuna mazingira yale ambayo niko. I was in Mombasa. This is where I was born. You see, I was in Mombasa then, and nikawa naangalia trends za those days, kunaendelea nini, because najiekea misingi ya kutoka. Na kutoka kwenyewe sio ati kufurahisha jamii, kufurahisha familia, kufurahisha wazazi wangu. This was my journey. Mimi ndio sasa naongoza hii safari. Nilienda nikafanya architectural draftsmanship, but I think it was not a wrong choice. It's something that nikiwa Changamwe High School, I did extremely well with drawing and design. And my dad was like, go try this. My teacher, Mr. Suleiman, I remember those days, alikuwa pia hapa Polia kifunza the same subjects. Akanambia, Ali, kimbia nayo hii because hapa kuna opportunity nzuri. But nilivyohita snag hapo mbele baada ya kufanya masomo yangu vizuri, sema siwezi kukaa miezi 9 ati natafuta internship. I'm wasting my time. I have the skills, I'll do it maybe later on. Can I do something else? Nikaonelea no, wacha niangalie Kenya ama hii Mombasa yetu kuendelea nini. Ndio nakwambia pale ndio kwa ule time ambao unakuta FM stations zinakuja. Nika study what is this, naweza fanya nini katika masuala ya communication. Nikasema no, let me go back to school. I convinced my parents, nikashikilia tena. So I had to change mimi mwenyewe kwanza. Okay, nimerudi nyuma, but it's like it was a false start. Although I have my skills, but it was a false start, but let me try again. So nilivyojaribu mara ya pili, nikaona okay, hii ndio njia. Nikaenda Nairobi kupanua ubongo, kuona kunaendelea nini kule. Nikajua sasa this is now the right thing that I want to do. I need to focus on it, stick to it, nisonge nao mbele. So hapo ndio nikashikilia communication studies, nikaja nazo mpaka hapa. Na immediately after nilimaliza diploma, kitu ambacho kilinifurahisha ni kwamba tayari opportunities nilikuwa naziangalia. You know, when you go to school study like mass communication, uko na areas of stuff that you can do apart from just being a journalist. There's PR there, there's public speaking, there's advertising, unaona, na vitu vingine vingi. Hizi disciplines zote I need to focus on one, nishike nikimbie nayo. Nilishika advertising na commercials, mambo ya copywriting nikakimbia nao, lakini ile kasi nikaambiwa rudi nyuma kidogo. Nenda nyumbani, umeacha nini? Ndio nikaona kuna space kule naweza kuja nichukue. That's why I came to KBC. Mara moja tu hivyo akanichukua Sauti House hapo. And those days were the days when you want an internship, you have to pay for it. You see. so tulikuwa tunalipa, but ikaja ikachenchiwa baadaye when they thought that this guy is useful bana, anatusaidia upande wa ABC, na hata pia na pick camera, naenda na crew nje, assignments na napatiwa script, sasa go and shoot such and such scenes, naenda nasimamia, na zinakuwa the end of the day unaona hii ni kazi yangu. Wakati ulikuwa ni penzi hatari ndio ulikuwa imeshika KBC. So after that nikaona this is it. So I had mentors also who are also at least trying to control, wewe usiende hivi, rudi hivi, wewe fanya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So one of them is Mr. Odhiambo Joseph. He used to be the bureau chief BBC hapa Nairobi. Sahi ameretire, but he's one person ambaye we keep in touch. Last time we talked was last Saturday. Then we were talking about stuff to kwa simu kiasi. So these are the people ambao nitasema pia wameniongoza katika hii safari.
Okay. Ali, mimi nitakuuliza swali.
Naam, Salim.
Tukilenga vijana wa sasa, maana yake hususan vijana ndo wanainukia, na safari yako ni nzito, ina vishindo vingi. So KBC pale, Sauti House, alafu Radio Rahman Dhechu kule miaka 6, and then kidogo Radio Salam Enlightening pale. Kwa kipindi cha mwaka sijui na miezi ya kuhesabu hapo. Hii yote sehemu kubwa ya watu wamekuja kukuona kwenye runinga.
Ndio.
Sawa.
Ndiyo.
Lakini huko nyuma hawaoni yule kijana anayekusikiliza hivi sasa. Maana watu wanapenda za vichochoro, za kukata. Unaweza ukamshauri nini kwenye hiki kipindi ambacho kwamba mtu hakukiona, hakukisikia? Pengine alikusikia Radio Rahma, alikusikia Radio Salam, lakini hivi vitu mtu hata viangazia sana kwenye safari ya maisha yako. Unamshauri nini huyu kijana wa sasa ambaye kwamba anainukia, yeye anataka akitoka tu atoke kabisa?
Kwanza kabisa awe na subra. Patience is very important when you embark on a journey. Ufanye subra kiasi cha kwamba yani ujue kwamba kwenye tasnia ama ile kazi yoyote unaoifanya ina changamoto zake. When you have that kind of patience that okay, these are just challenges, nitazipita, hiyo ni kitu muhimu sana. Mambo ya kukata kona, Gen Z achaneni na. I know that a lot of people leo nataka waanze kitu, kesho kianze, kesho kutwa nitapata nini. That is wrong. You need to work on it first. Invest in it. By investment I don't mean ati ni pesa sijui nini, no, your time. When you do that, you get to study what is happening. Whatever you're doing, is it something that maybe itanisaidia uko mbele? So the most important thing is to have patience, uwe na subira, but pia high level of focus on what you want to achieve at the end of it. Mambo kukata kona sijui we suffered maze. Those were the days when you are in the murky waters na kuna mtu tu yuko mbali ya kuangalia, ambaye huko usende utazama shauri yako. Ama chukua njia, usiende hivyo kuna matope. Na kitu kingine ambacho pia the youngins today they need to have is to just identify a mentor who can just guide you along the way. He may not help you in your career, but in life you need to have someone ambaye anakuonyesha, kando na wazazi, ama hata kama ni mzazi. Mchukulie mtu ambaye asubuhi ukiamka unamuuliza kwanza, mzee leo nifanye nini? Mimi nataka kufanya ABCD, onaje? Hawa ni watu ambao wamepitia hii hustle ambayo tuko sahihi. Na kuna wengine wako kando tu wanakuangalia, usiwadharau, but just listen out to them, get out of your comfort zone, wafikie, uambie bwana nataka kujaribu hivi. Yani kuwa na ule uthubutu wa kufanya kitu. Na kitu ambacho utakachokifanya ni kitu ambacho yani kiko unique kivyako. Na hata kama ni maisha kwenye mambo ya safari yako ya maisha, masomo ama career na vitu kama hivyo, toka kivyako. Usitake kuwa Ali Manzu. Ali Manzu came, pave the way, amefanya vile amefanya, na nina watu ambao wananilingania mimi, Ali kuna ABCD nataka kufanya hivi na hivi na hivi. I talk to a lot of people on my socials because that's one way of me reaching out to them, na kuna wale ambao wanahitaji msaada. So tafuta mtu ambaye utamchukulia kama huyu ndio kielelezo chema ambacho nakifuatilia, anisaidie katika kuhakikisha kwamba hii safari yangu mabonde yake hatakuwa makubwa vile. Yeah.
So when you say mentor, that means you're looking for somebody who is in line with your dream or what you want to become.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be in line with your dream, but just have someone who is there to correct you.
Okay.
I'm not perfect as Ali Manzu. I'm not perfect. And I keep telling people this because most of the time, some of the Gen Zs ambao tunaongea now, they're like, hey bro, you've achieved a lot. Hey bro, takuna kwa TV. I mean, that's part of my job. It's not glamour. To me, that is something that I use to talk to you, to communicate to you. It's an opportunity that's rare, yeah, but whenever you have an opportunity with me, kindly just make good use of it and come out and get something out of it.
Okay.
So use my fame to benefit yourself. I give people such opportunities. Unataka kufanya nini? Nataka kufanya hivi. Alimaze nimejaribu kwenda ABCD imeshindikana. Ni nani? So and so, twende. Mahali ambapo nitakutoa kwenye shida kidogo alafu safari yako iendelee. That is what I want to do to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're also in an industry that most people say is cutthroat, like it's difficult. Saizi ukisikia mtoto anataka kwenda kufanya journalism unasema utapata kazi. Don't go for it, you won't get it. You know? And we're also in that space where yes, you might have gone to school and studied journalism, but then we find people in this industry who have not studied that. So it's very competitive that you find other people from other fields doing that particular thing. Yeah. So how does one survive in this industry? Because it's true, it is cutthroat. Having been there for the short period of time that I have been, I have seen it. It can irritate one. It can frustrate one. Yeah.
Frustration is the word.
Yes, frustration is the word. You can be frustrated.
Yeah.
But Manzu, you've been in this space. You've just been at KTN in 17 years.
Yeah.
Kuna zile zingine.
Yeah.
So we're saying 25 plus or 20 plus.
Yes, 20 plus.
How does one move through or navigate these frustrations?
Survival tactics. It's easy. Where do I start? Okay, I came to KTN. Deep in my mind, I was like, there are a lot of challenges here. But trust me, little did I know that it's not what I thought. It's huge. Na niliingia wakati ambapo kundi fulani lilitoka. Nikaenda, likamia station fulani. So I had one of the tasks is, oya, wewe ndo utatushikilia sasa. You see, that was a huge task kwangu, but sikuichukulia kubwa mpaka after like 3 months. That's when I realized, this is big. How? I was the main anchor with the aid of Maria Mudarwesh. This guy really pulled it for us. And he's one person I really looked into kwa sababu ujamaa alikuwa na ushauri mwingine wazimu sana. Jokingly he will tell you, we bana usende huko. Sasa huko sijui, lakini amekutumia message kwamba guy, this is Nairobi. Be keen with what is happening around your surroundings. I didn't know. After 3 months, that is when I realized, nimekuja mahali ambapo kidogo ni pagumu. Kwa sababu gani? Sijisifu, lakini ni ile when you get into kwa screen, okay, standard group, that is KTN, wakuna policies sao.
Yeah.
Kwamba when we employ you as a news anchor, you have to take like, okay, as a reporter, that JD is KTN news anchor stroke reporter. You must report.
Yeah.
Unaona? You're being employed and you're like, now I'm a reporter. But for 3-4 months, I have to undergo a certain training before my first screen, niende kwa screen. But that didn't happen. I was taken through by the likes of Kinanjoroge Mwaura, the legendary TV anchor, Beatrice Marshall. I was taken through a training vigorously, from how to look on TV, plus your wardrobe should look like this. These are the type of colors that goes with your skin, na vitu kama hivyo.
Yeah.
So that training was supposed to take me like 3 months, but eventually I didn't finish a month. Mi nilirushwa deep end. You see, umeingia tu just 1 month, mwezi haijaisha unaambiwa, yani it was a surprise to me. Nimekaa that evening, kaambiwa ni aje, tomorrow you have a screen test, tomorrow you have a ABCD training nini, kuja report, then make sure by around 3 umekaa newsroom, umekaa kwa studio, you'll find someone there to train you on ABCD. Kindly put on something sharp. Ushabaiwa wardrobe. I say, that was the day I went on air. I didn't know. That was the day I went on air. So you can imagine, within 1 month, umeingia, you have like 3 months training, but within 1 month umerushwa.
Yeah.
Just imagine, watu wengine watafikiria jambo wamekuwa pale. They are also training just like you. They are reporting. And eventually, they want to be seen on air.
Like, mbona wewe?
Why you?
Yeah.
What is this that's special
Yeah.
with you? So hapo ndo nikajua mazee, nimeingia maji makuu hapa. Kwa sababu gani? Watu walianza kuona no, hii ni upendeleo ama ni nini na nini na nini, but ni bidii ya mtu.
Yeah.
Besides, little did they know that mazee, huyu jamaa ametoka kwa radio, whereby you can speak whatever you want to speak, talk,
Yes.
nini those intonation, kusoma news,
Ziko.
na nilikuwa all-rounder, nafanya kila kitu vizuri.
Alafu umetoka Radio Salam.
Radio Salam ni kuzungumza. Radio Salam was a news talk station.
Yeah.
Come up with the ideas that you're going to put in your timeline. Producer anaziangalia, what are your pointers, research yako inasema nini. News talk station, they didn't know that. So to me it was easy, because tayari huku nilikuwa kunisha tengezwa. So that 3 weeks za kwenda training, even my trainers kina Njoroge, they were like, ameuliza now huyu jamaa mmemtoa wapi? Huyu jamaa yuko tayari. Wakiangalia screen test zilikuwa zilifanywa the second week.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, the guys were like, where's this guy from? No, let's try another one next week. Monday to Friday. Now that Friday ndo niliekwa chini nikaambiwa, next week uja umefukaa hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So that was the time nilianza kwenda hewani. My first appearance, mazee, nilitetemeka, but that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Because after that, they saw authority, they saw my punctuation ziko sawa nini. It's like, yani bro, umetolewa TV gani ukaletwa hapa? So that one ilinijengea pia sort of, watu wengine they were like, no, it can't be, why you nini.
Yeah.
So zinaanza hivyo. So how do you survive in such kind of, mimi kuna kitu kimoja huwa upenda kufanya sana, I ignore a lot of things which nikiona zitanisumbua akili nini, I ignore them. So I know what was happening. What I did is I concentrated on, now here I am kwa stage, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I started going back to school, kujisomesha mwenyewe. I started my degree program.
Yeah.
Ilijivuta, but working and school at the same time, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Thank God we are still in Nairobi CBD, but within 4 years nilimaliza. So hiyo kujipumbananisha tu na vitu vingine, unafanya vitu vingine, you know what is happening kwa, trust me mazee, newsroom ziko na siasa zake. Kwa sababu gani? We don't have enough media houses in Kenya to occupy each and every person ambaye amegraduate. Everyone is looking for that opportunity ambayo Manzu yuko nayo. Everyone wants that opportunity. That's the reason now unakuta there's a lot of negativity in the newsroom. Tuambianeni ukweli.
Yeah.
So the only way to fight it, hata kama ni kama kwenye workplace zako, popote mtu ambapo yuko, just ignore and focus on what you want to achieve at the end of the day. So I went back to school, kashikilia, and that's how unajiendeleza.
Hapo mahali ambapo wasema kuignore ni formula gani na criteria gani utatumia kuignore? Because I know naweza amua nimeziba masikio, macho nimetia utandu, sioni na sisikii.
Yeah.
Lakini kuna yule mtu ambaye atakuja kudunge.
It's true.
Atakudunga na utasikia kwamba huyu amedunga na uchungu umeusikia. So una ignore na
najua levels zingine Salim bro, you just have to come out pia tuone the other side of you. Yeah. Utanichukulia poa, mimi mpole, siongei, nafanya mambo yangu, nasonga mbele, lakini bro kuna mipaka fulani ukipita bro, tutakosana vibaya sana. So ilifikia pia hiyo time manake unakuta uko na your colleague, your peers, mnafanya job vizuri, lakini mtu unakuta bado kusudi zazidi. Mpaka unajiuliza, oya madam, kwani nilikufanya nini? Na kutumia script unaichange, uniambii okay, my background is on radio, kindly tell me how to do a story on TV. That's how you teach me. So ile kuambiana ukweli pia wengine wanakuazika zaidi, leo ananisomea ama ananifanyia nini? But bro, kuna mipaka yake. Nitakuwa patient, nitafanya nini because I know where I want to get. I know what I want to achieve. My focus is straight. Hakuna kona, but trust me, ukinipiga kumbo bro, ukinivyoga tu na mimi pia nitaruka. Honestly, ukinikanyaga vidole, of course nitaruka. So I had to do that at some point, just to tell people, mazee, mimi bana nataka kuwa hivi, wacha nina na safari yangu, in case you need help come, I'll tell you how to, but usini block, usinizuie, niache. And that was my time, as I felt like this is it. I need to tell Kenyans who I am.
I like that. And you've talked about script, and you see journalists, we hear stories of journalists doing their stories, alafu napata inafika kwa editor, and then it's killed.
Yeah, it happens. I've killed stories. Okay, not just killing stories. I will not kill your story, but I will shelve it, and I will tell you, you need to do stories like this.
Okay.
We have house styles in the newsrooms, so you have to abide with them. Yeah.
Okay. And your position, you know, there's a message here. Let me watch nisome kwanza. Absolute legend. He was the reason I started watching news because of his evening bulletin, Mbiu ya KTN. And this was the only thing between me and my cartoons. I'm here to give him his flowers. I'm just happy to hear him talk. It's nostalgic. Good morning. That is Mama. How are you doing? And that is somebody who's been listening to you, watching you all through. Your role as an anchor, I believe it came with a lot of fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Came with a lot of fame. And did it come with fame and distraction?
No.
No?
No.
How did you handle that fame?
It's easy. When you understand yourself, fame is nothing to me, honestly. But when you know what you want at the end of the day, when you put focus, when you put determination to what you want to achieve at the end of the day, honestly, fame is nothing. I'm just the normal Ali Manzu used to know. From Maweni Kongoea, nitatoka nichukue mathri yangu. Mpaka leo. Asubuhi nimetoka home na mshwa mother, vipi mimi naenda. So si uchukue tuk sijui nini, sasa utaonekana. Nikamwambia it's okay. Nimechukua mathri, nimekuja mpaka Pandia, nimeshuka, nimetembea. So fame to me it's nothing, mazee yangi. It is nothing.
Kuna siku Manzu tulipatana kwa mathri
ya Bamburi.
Hapa.
Mazee nimeingia mathri hivi. Nakaa. Nasikia mtu nyuma anaongea. Ulikuwa you're on the phone first. Nikasema hii sauti naijua lakini ngoja nisikie. So how I do it is move kofia vizuri. I don't put shades of kofia.
Nangojea hapo mahali. Nilikuwa nakusubiri.
Move kofia sometimes nikienda beach niko na kinyasa tu, yani short tu mwenyewe na makubadhi. Fame mazee to me Angie is nothing. Tulipanda mathri, kashuka, kila mtu akaenda zake.
Bado sijakumalizia story. Tuko kwa mathri, Manzu ameingia. So mimi nimemwona nikasema Manzu. Sasa mengana shanga huyu nani anashout jina langu. So kutana akaniona, so we were saying hi. Then I had two ladies next to me. So the whole time they're quiet. Wamekuona, and you can tell that they're starstruck. They are starstruck, and the fact that me na kujua because we worked together, and then Manzu leaves, and then these two ladies said, please tupatie connection. Hey,
na hukutoa Nakutoa.
Alisema please tupatie connection. That is the kind of fame that I want to know. How do you deal with that? Because it's there.
To me, fame is not sieki kichwani maze.
When the women come up to you, how do you block it out?
I don't block them. We greet at each other. Na imenitokea mara nyingi. Mimi nishai kuwekewa mpaka mitego bro.
Hey.
So nilikuwa standard that time was at I&M building. Nairobi CBD. Nashuka hivi dem salamu nini na nini. Namaliza salamu. Heshima yako nitakupa lakini kuna mipaka.
Yeah.
Unaona. Na ikifikia mahali tu mimi kuambia tu straight, kindly don't do this because this is just work. Mimi ni mimi, niko na maisha yangu, you don't know me, I don't know you, but kama ni urafiki acha tuwe marafiki tu. But kuna wale ambao wanakuja mpaka kazini. So you need to find ways of managing them. It's easy to manage them. Honestly, it's easy. But isifike kiasi cha kukosea na heshima, kuvukia mipaka mingine ambayo imewekwa. I'm a family man.
Yes.
Na naheshimu hiyo. Ingawa dini imeturuhusu mengine lakini kwa sasa wacha hivyo.
Sema iliporuhusu.
Tuachie hapo.
Tuachie hapo.
We are speaking to Ali Manzu, he's the Deputy News Editor, KTN. And when we get back, we want to talk about education because you spoke about your degree, and I know right now you're also pursuing your master's. Why is there a need to continue? Well, mtu anaweza sema nimefika. In studio is Ali Manzu. He is the Deputy News Editor, KTN. And of course, your questions are coming through in your comments. Naziona.
Pale Facebook I can see Abdallah Abrari pale amesema amazing, karibu sana Ali Manzu. Lakini Simon Sefas pale anauliza, niulizie kwa nini alikuja na slogan ya kurasa za daftari. Huwa anamaanisha nini na kiini chake hasa huwa ni gani?
Asanteni nyote. Kurasa za daftari nisingependa kulizungumzia sana hilo. Manake ni kitu ambacho kinaendelea. Ni maisha yangu. You have a diary.
Yes.
Whereby unaandika leo nimefanya hivi, leo niko na changamoto hii, nikatoka hivi. So itakujaelezea maisha yangu. Nasema ya Kiswahili itakuwa ni kurasa za daftari, labda kukiona cha Kiingereza ni pages of my diary.
Okay.
So kwa wale ambao wanaonifuatilia sana kwenye mitandao, nafikiri wataelewa na maanisha nini. Nimepitia vitu vingi. Sometimes I put quotes nikiweka pages of my diary ama kurasa za daftari na vitu kama hivyo. Nikiwa kwenye safari zangu za kikazi pia umeona kitu kizuri.
Yeah.
Mnyama, nini, ndovu nini. Wapiga pale unaweka kwenye mtandao. Pia it's a way of me trying to communicate to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I can't wait to read pages of your diary. Good morning, Mahmoud. Mahmoud anasema, hi, I love the interview. What stands out for me is the humility that is inherent in Ali Manzu. If there is a lesson to listeners, let's always be humble. Remember our humble beginnings. Let's not be distracted by material positions, or any kind of status. And that is what Mahmoud is saying.
Thank you, Mahmoud. Ni vizuri. Wajua vile umezaliwa, malezi umepewa nyumbani. Wajua hapa Mombasa tena. Just be who you are. Hata kama utakuwa bilionea, kumbuka kule ulikotoka. That's very important because that's where your roots are.
Yeah.
I was born here. Sisi ni watu wa Kwale. Ngombeni pale mtakuja. Babu yangu pale ndo alikuwa na boma. Mzee Manzu mwenye Hamisi mpaka ikaja jina langu. Lakini baadaye ni watu wa Mombasa hapa, manake marehemu babu alikuwa ni mahali pale Sakina msikitini akifunza. Babangu ni headmaster. Tuliwasukuma tukiwa kubwa kwamba just retire, stay home, but wamekataa. Ameretire lakini bado yani choki bado yuko nayo.
Yes.
Anaendelea kufunza. Mamangu pia sasa yuko nyumbani ametulia. So we are just watu wa Maweni tu mtaani pale.
Yeah. The humility is evident. The humility is evident. I like that. Now, Manzu, you said you got the job at KTN and decided that I'm going to do my bachelor's. You're going to do your bachelor's, right? And you did this in communication.
Yeah, and public relations.
And PR.
Yeah.
So, uliamua kujiendeleza.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, you're also doing your master's.
Yeah, I'm doing my master's in IR at
USIU.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to look at the education side of it, because one would say also, again, you get to a position and you feel like, okay, this is it.
No,
why
that's not
do you
it.
feel the need to continuously study and to continuously grow?
Thank you for that question. As of now, I'm supposed to go back to school and finish my thesis.
Yeah.
I did my coursework, had to stop at some point because of certain challenges, but I have to go back and finish. And that is what I intend to do this year. But the reason why I've decided not to be in that comfort zone, yeah, nimefika lakini sio mwisho. You see, nimefika, but I still need to try and come up with a way that I can create a path. Not for me, but for the community also, because as you know, we are from a community that most of the time people are like, awa wavivu, hawajasoma. So I'm here to tell you that just take that off your mind, that notion. So I decided to challenge myself. Apart from working in a very good job, I'm stable where I am. I need to go back to school. That's why I went back. I did my degree program, nikamaliza, nikaendelea na kazi, na nikaanza USIU. Where I am right now, it's a place where I feel like I still need to do more. Today, this is who I am. I'm a news anchor, reporter, and deputy editor in charge of the Swahili team at KTN.
Yes.
But I don't know my tomorrow. I need to prepare today to create a path that I will use to get to somewhere. I'm getting old, but I need to start and prepare something that will take me now to my sunset years. I need to get somewhere whereby I can still be useful to this community, useful to this country of ours. So that's the reason why I went back and did I'm focusing on foreign policies.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask, why international relation?
International relation is a discipline that is ever growing.
Yeah.
And it's good to challenge myself. Apart from being a journalist, I know stuff on PR and communication.
Yes.
Why don't I try something else? The world is evolving on a speed that ambayo I need to keep up with.
Yeah.
You see, today I'm here. Yes, I'm influential, thank God, but I feel like I still need something that I can put on the table tomorrow and tell my government that I qualify for this. I can do A, B, C, D apart from just reading or anchoring.
Wow.
That's the stage that I want to set for myself on behalf of my community. At least mtu atakuona tu hivi atajua, hii safari yake imekuwa. And he deserves it.
Yes.
He deserves it. He's from the coastal area na anafaa kukaa pale ambapo kile kiti amekaa.
Yeah.
Sio mtu aje anichukue niweke. No, allow me to climb.
Yeah.
In between, I know there are some hurdles, challenges and stuff, but I just want to prove a point that hata kama nimetoka Maweni, Mombasa, inawezekana. Yeah.
I like that. You also have a production company.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that and the kind of... You're a jack of all trade, you know?
I have to survive. I have a whole community that
Yes.
looks upon me and they're like, ya niaje, huu mwaka tutafanya nini na nini na nini.
Yes.
Apart from my family, I have friends who are always there for me. And we are like, okay, toa mchongo bro. So we had to come up with something. It's not my company, but we are a group of few individuals, very focused guys.
Yes.
The company does a lot of production. We've done a lot of stuff from, Wajir County, documentaries, Mandera, Makueni, parts of Kajiado. We've worked with some NGOs. So why this kind of company? We've done production. Now we started also on telenovelas.
Yeah.
So tunakuja pole pole. As we speak, there's a camp somewhere we are working on something and see how we can pick artists in Mombasa and put them somewhere.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we came up with the company, me and my friends. Actually, we have two companies. One does a lot of Islamic stuff, religion.
Yeah.
The other one now, it's documentaries, telenovelas, easy series, nanini. We also have an app which hosts us. Apart from doing something for TV, but we can also host ourselves in our apps. It's a pay, but that kind of infrastructure is now ongoing. So the main aim of this is to try and see what kind of change can we bring. So I'm in Nairobi, but some of them are here in Mombasa, some are in Nairobi. So they use me to get deals, jobs. Na tunatoa mkate wa siku hapo.
There's a lot of progression, Manzu, and somebody who's listening to you, Jenny, can tell that there's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of commitment, and there's the desire for growth.
Yeah.
And I would also say that you are not you see yourself as somebody who's limitless. So I like all that I'm picking from the conversation. And it's like when the universe always gives you, what you put out there. And in the universe giving you as well, you are a chairman to a task force that has been created by the county government of Mombasa as well.
Yeah. How I got there?
Yes.
I have no idea.
So tell us about the Creative Economy Task Force in Mombasa. And also how you received that news.
It was a shock. I was in the newsroom, 5:30 something p.m.
Yeah.
I was preparing for the 7 o'clock bulletin.
Yeah.
Then someone from His Excellency Governor's office through WhatsApp sent me that it was an executive order. It was around December. Yeah. So I have a lot of sources when it comes to news gathering.
Yeah.
And this is one of my sources. At first I thought, here's a news article. What is it? Fungua machine, nafungua WhatsApp, nkaifungua, start reading it. I read, and then I start translating. It's a Swahili piece kind of news item.
Yeah.
Little did I know that, Maze, una joba hapa. Now coming to the list, I was like, the chairman will be Ali Manzu. I'm like, this is not a news item, weka kando.
Oh.
Now I started reading it sasa. Okay, when you're preparing for news, that time Maze huwaga ni pressure huwa mbaya sana. Kenyans, you don't know what it takes to see news items on air.
Yeah.
Kuna kazi kubwa sana inaofanyika pale. So what I did is I asked my producer, by that evening I was the one who was anchoring. Kamwambia, I need 5 minutes narudi. Natoka. So I had started working on the lower thirds, hizo story ideas na nini. Nikaingia kwa boardroom. Nikaifungua vizuri, nikaisoma mara mbili. I was like, this is me. Piga simu jamaa shiki. So I know some few individuals hapo. Started calling Kesi Juma. Kesi Juma ni kala moto. Bro, vipi? Ndo hivyo bro. Hapana. Naenda newsroom takupigia, tutaongea.
Yeah.
Nikampigia nani? Ingolo. Anaambia Manzu. Ndo hivyo sasa. Nikamwambia, how did they get to, list me as the chairperson? Yet
Yes.
I'm not based there. So mimi niko Nairobi job.
Yeah.
Wafanya nini? Nikamwambia najitayarisha news. Nenda kasome tutazungumza. So I started calling my mom. I called my mom kamwelezea, and she was like, wewe nenda kasome tutazungumza. Najua sasa huwezi zungumza. So unaenda kusoma news, but you're like, why me?
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
But at the end of it, I had to, unameza hizo, and you're like, okay, here I am. Why me? Hizo tutajua baadaye. So we had a lot of conversation with people, and one of them was someone who was there for me, leading me the way, Nini, the mentor.
Yes.
And he was like, Ali, just go for it. This is your time.
Yeah.
Jaribu utafanya nini? Saidia sasa. So wewe umekuwa sijui ukifanya nini? Sasa hii, it's official, go for it. Na people will know. Then calls zikaanza nini na nini, but eventually the creative industry in Mombasa ni kitu ambacho nitasema it's green. Why? I remember from the days of Penzi Hatari, we had other shows zikaja zikafanya nini na nini. Yani Mombasa imejaa talanta. Kitu kimekosekana ni misingi. Kitu ambacho kimekosekana ni sera ama policies on how the talent will benefit from their sweat. That is what is missing. Mombasa pia kuna kutumiwa vibaya kwa hizi talents, na kuna kitu kimekosekana. Ndo sasa it's the artists themselves who sat down, I was told last year, and they asked the authorities here that we need to have a proper way of doing things. Ndo wakaja wakakaa wakasema, no, we need a creative board, but before forming the board you need to have a task force that will sit, research, talk to stakeholders, getting their views, and see the challenges and opportunities and way forward. So that is what we are doing right now. We are here to try and help Mombasa artists, Mombasa creative, on how they can reap from their sweat, bila kuja watu kutoka from other areas na kuja kuwatumia, alafu unalipwa kitu kidogo, but kuna vitu vinaitwa kama royalties. Do you benefit from them? You are a big name, unaonekana Maisha Magic, unaonekana kwenye mainstream, but after that, what next? How do you manage yourself, as a creative? How do you manage the creative? And I'm told there are like 6 disciplines hapo ndani. Kuna film, kuna theater, kuna music, kuna mpaka fine artists. All these hawana policies. So tumeombwa tuje tukae chini, we study, we take views from them, and we come up with a document that will help the county to at least pave way for them to benefit from their sweat. Yeah.
Nafikiria ni jambo zuri sana, kwa sababu vile ulivyoiweka tu kwamba vijana wengi ama talanta ziko nyingi hapa, lakini pia sijui kama utakuwa unaliangalia vipi haswa, kwa sababu jamaa wako lakini wao wenyewe sijui, kwa sababu kwa muda pia tumekuwa tukiangalia design ya kwamba sijui ni kama ni kutojituma kwao, ama unaona tu pengine ni hizo systems.
It's not systems. Mimi nitawapatia changamoto vijana, na nitawapa changamoto kulingana na case study moja ambayo nimekuwa nikitumia. I covered the Gen Z movement demos in Nairobi. What I witnessed there, it's something that can change this country. You see, that is a force to reckon. Apart from covering it, I witnessed what happened at the parliament. Yani hawa watu wakiamua tutafanya, wanaweza kufanya. Leave alone that, on that Tuesday of 25th, in the evening, we were called by the president, State House, for a press briefing. I witnessed what was happening between parliament na State House. The amount of security that was there, na vitu vingine ambavyo siwezi zungumzia. I witnessed what was happening in State House that day. What am I saying is, the youth in this country, they have what it takes to bring the change. Unaona? What they need to do is to create and pave way for them, at least swiftly kuingia na kufanya shughuli zao. Right now, I know the government is working extremely hard just to ensure that the opportunities are there for them. That's good, but am I going to wait? No. Kijana, usingoje. Usiwe mtu ambaye unangoja kupewa. Jitengeneze. What do you have to prove to the community that before I get ABCD, here I am. This is what I can do, and this is what I've achieved. So I need a push. That push can come in form of policies to guide the local authorities or the government on how to benefit from the youth. Yes, kuna vijana wanangojea. That's why nakwambia, from day one mimi sipendi notion kwamba munka chini mwangojea kupewa. No. Let me get out of my comfort zone. Do something that will bring change to the society. And someone else can emulate that, at least bring the necessary change that is needed. And that change will come from us. Kama si wewe kijana, honestly, no one else atakusukuma. Wazee wamekuwa wametuonyesha njia nini na nini, but I feel it's high time now opportunities zitoke, ziwafikie vijana. Yeah.
Ali, wewe ni mwenyekiti wa hili
jopo kazi. Ndio.
Nitakupatia mifano. Wasanii hapa Mombasa, kuna wale ambao kwamba ni wanati wa hapa Mombasa. Dazla ni mtu wa Kongoya pale, wewe mwenyewe unamjua. Susumila ameishi Mombasa, lakini ametoka Kilifi kule. Na hata siku hizi yuko sana Kilifi, matamasha ya Kilifi anafanyia kule. Kuna Kala Moto, ni wa hapa.
Ndio.
Kuna Shirko
Ni wa hapa.
na wote wako hapo ndani.
Yeah.
Ukienda Tanzania, tupige na mfano wa Tanzania, kuna THT ya marehemu Ruge.
Ndio.
Imetoa wasanii wengi tu, kina Nandi, kina Barnabas,
Yeah.
kina nani, wote name them. Alafu huyo Nandi sasa aliyezaliwa na THT amekuja African Princess, ana lebo yake chini, ukiangalia kuna tayari mzizi tayari umeshachipua. So wewe kama mwenyekiti wa hili jopo kazi, mna mpango mkakati gani wa kuona kwamba mtu kama Kala Moto, which naamini kuna vitu ambavyo kwamba anafanya ziko na positiveness, ashafanya na Echo, I think leo pia kutakuwa na
Susumila,
right?
Yeah.
Kuna huo mwongozo, lakini yule ni Kala Moto